I went up to go play. I went up to go block a shot. I came down on my ankle like this. Everybody's like, Myles, you're okay. You're going to be okay. I'm like, it's broken. To make matters worse, that same exact moment, like, okay, well, we got to get you to the hospital. My mom had left her keys in the stand. Somebody stole her car. What's up, everybody? It's Myles Turner here from your Indiana Pacers. I'm 25 years old. These are my first. This one was funny. So the first concussion I ever sustained wasn't through sports. It wasn't through basketball, you would assume. But I was looking down at my phone. I was walking. I was like, oh. And as I was walking, I smacked my head on a very low door to the point where I damn near knocked myself out. I think that was a story I haven't told too much. The first actual CD that I bought, this is the funny one, was a Gwen Stefani. I guess a little backstory on me, I grew up in a household of all women, all girls. My little sister and then 3 cousins, which are all women, and just a lot of estrogen, just all the time. So my first poster, probably an Aerosmith, kind of random. I was like, my mom was really into classic rock. I still listen to country music and then the classic rock and whatnot. So Aerosmith was one of like the bands I kind of really first I guess was into, I would say. Yeah. First sports heartbreak. And so I remember we had got a second place trophy. My mom took it and she threw it away. And my dad was like, yo, Mary, what are you doing? And my mom was like, we don't do second place in this house. And I was like, but Mom, it's a trophy. We had a good season and I earned it. And she was like, no, we don't do participation trophies in this house. And I couldn't appreciate it back then. But like growing up today, like I actually really appreciate it. It's the fact that you don't settle, for anything less than, perfection, or you don't settle for anything less than first place. So that's where I got my, our competitive edge from, my spirit from, is my mom and stuff. My first big money purchase was actually clearing my parents' debt. There was actually a bill or a letter from, I'm not sure if it was the IRS or whoever it was, but it was I saw a negative number and I was reading it and I realized that's how much debt like my parents ran. And they didn't know it. I told them the story like a couple of years ago, but to this day, they didn't know, or I guess to that date, they didn't know that I knew like how broke we were in a sense. So when I saw that number, I was like, yeah, man, I got to make it. Like I really don't have no choice. So once I finally, made it, I cleared their debt and I cleared my grandma's debt, my grandma and aunt's debt as well. So that was like the big money purchase, I guess. My first favorite pair of shoes were actually, do you remember the Starburys, Stephon Marbury, where he came up with his shoes? Yeah. So for people who aren't aware of it, it was like $15 shoes, if that. And not to mention I had like 20 pairs of them, by the way. It was like considered $15. So I think my first professional sports hero, I think it was probably like Dirk Nowitzki, because, obviously, growing up, he was one of the ones that, I watched being as tall as I was and doing the stuff that he was doing at his height, the consistent like 3, 2, 1. And every time he missed, just like, oh, and he gets the ball back, 3, 2, 1. Oh, he gets the ball back again. Just keep going until you make the actual shot. Stuff like that. Yeah. My first Instagram handle was slimduncan_35. At the time, I loved Kevin Durant. I talked about Dirk earlier, but Kevin Durant was the one I really looked up to as well. And I was sitting there trying to think of a handle. I was like, I got it. I came up with Slim Duncan 35. I don't know where it came from. It was my handle for a little while. Then I was like, okay, yeah. When I started getting more like, attention, I was like, I got to change this. My rookie year, I had a really big block on LeBron. So this is like one of those games. It was like a nationally televised games. And LeBron went down the lane and like reached back and I blocked a shot. It was a big like pivotal moment in the game. And it was on Sports Center. Like all my boys just hit me up. I mean, it was like, it went viral on Twitter and or just started getting meaningful minutes, and to have like a big moment like that was kind of what, put me on the map in a sense. So that was huge. Her celebrity crush? I don't have celebrity crushes. They got crushes on me. That's how I look at it.